We do appreciate your comments each and every single week and the encouragement. More importantly, welcome back, One Love Jamaica family. Today I'm on the Lakes Pen main road here in St. Catherine. You know, Lakes Pen is located between Spanish Town to the westerly direction and to the southeast direction, Portmore. Now today we're here to look at three very important projects. Now Wisynco has added a brewery as part of its operation. Just behind me, what you're looking at is the construction or the beginnings of a logistic park that's been built right here off Lakes Pen Road, and in a westerly direction there's the Lakes Pen agricultural project that we'll speak further on. I do hope you enjoy this video.
In 2021, Cygnus Real Estate Finance Limited SRF completed the acquisition of 55 acres of land in Lakes Pen, St. Catherine, part of a 400-acre property that was originally zoned for agricultural use and owned by businessman Gazanazan. The purchase, valued at approximately $6 million, Jamaican $940 million at the time, marked a significant shift in land use for the area and sets the stage for one of Jamaica's most ambitious industrial and logistics developments.
So my One Love family, let's just take a little walk here on the Lakes Pen main road while I give you some bit of information. If you're not sure where this development is, if you know Wisynco, there's Wisynco on the other side. It was probably the only development on this section of the Lakes Pen main road for many years. Now this here that we're looking at, as I said earlier, this area was acquired by Cygnus Real Estate and is now in development to become an industrial logistics park in this Lakes Pen area. This land, I think the area where you see the development going on now is 55 acres. It was part of 400 acres that was originally owned by Ghazan Azan, which was slated to be a part of an agricultural development, in which we will speak about that a bit later. But we are here to focus on this now, this logistics park that will be built here. I think this transaction was done in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, and by Cygnus acquiring this property, I think the property price increased. The property price had increased because the land would move from now just agriculture and would also go into industrial, so that would have also helped with the increase in terms of the value of the property. A lot of trucks passing on this roadway carrying materials. I think what they're working on mainly right now is the roadway infrastructure. They're putting in pipes and, you know, wires and everything else will be run. They're setting up the drainage systems and so on. Again, on this site you'll see a mixture of both a lot of Chinese employees and Jamaicans, which a project this size, which is a 55-acre property, it's not surprising that you'll see a lot of this going on. Over here now, you're looking at what I think they're called, these are what you call box culverts. Somebody in construction can correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm mistaken, and somebody who better understands how this kind of drainage system would operate can also reiterate. People, my family, I'm not a specialist. I just love to see development. It's just one of my things. I love to go around Jamaica and just pay attention to whatever development is going on. So I can't give you necessarily the proper terms that is used, the terminologies that are used. So anyone here can easily correct me. And also I think this is also a part of what we would call the free zone.
The transition from agriculture to industrial zoning has proven to be both strategic and highly profitable. Following the change in land use, Cygnus recorded a Jamaican $1.31 billion gain, which helped to drive its $1.8 billion total comprehensive income for the financial year ending August 2021. The project location bordering the east-west leg of Highway 2000 position it as a prime site for logistics, light manufacturing and warehousing, key sectors that continue to expand as Jamaica strengthens its role in regional trade. A master plan and feasibility study for the development have already been completed with input from a Washington, D.C. based logistic consulting firm. While details of the consultancy's findings remain undisclosed, Cygnus is expected to proceed with a phased development approach that will attract both local and international tenants seeking industrial distribution space.
As I go much further down now, you'll see that a large area has been cleared. You can also see in the drone footage that is provided. Here's another area. Again, as I said, I call it a box culvert. Somebody else can correct me, which I know they normally build when they're doing stuff like this in terms of setting up drainage systems and otherwise. I think also there may be pipes and so run underneath the earth, or maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe it's something else that's been run. Maybe it's the infrastructure that's been built to carry materials into in whatever setup that may be in this area. And if you look over on that way, just behind the trees, you'll see a lot of these similar looking boxes set up that they would have made in that area. Here's another one here. And you'll see where the roadway is created on that side and it goes around. Let's go a little bit further down to see what's happening. You know, see a lot of trees would have also been cleared from this area too. And you know, they have to seek the relevant clearances in order to do so from the relevant bodies. So as I was showing, a little road where is cut there seems to be made from concrete and goes up in that direction. Right all over the area, I noticed that they have hydrants are set up. You'd see the brightly colored red hydrants set up. I see a number of them set up in different areas. But from my layman standpoint, looking at this, what I see happening is that the road network is being built out and the needed infrastructure under that road network. And then what will happen is that you will have different areas set up, is that they'll build out this area and be renting out or leasing out space to come. I've been searching for quite some time to actually find out who was doing this development. And it's just fortunately, I was just going through and found an old newspaper article from 2022 that pointed to this. And I basically looked at the information and picked up exactly where, because when it pointed to the location, I could pick up exactly where it's going on, and then I put everything together. Again, as I said, Wisynco on that side. Wisynco a few months ago, I think, maybe 3 months or 4 months ago, would have announced that they are now building a brewery as part of their Lakes Pen complex.
In a move that could reshape Jamaica's beverage industry, Wisynco Group Limited has received official approval to construct and operate a brewery, distillery and fermenting plant at its Lakes Pen complex in St. Catherine. The development, approved in June 2025 by the National Environment and Planning Agency (NEPA), marks a major expansion for the manufacturing giant and signals a bold step into the alcoholic beverage market. The new facility will be built on Wisynco's existing property in Lakes Pen, an area already known as the company's main logistics and distribution hub. NEPA granted 2 key permits, one for the construction and operation of hydrocarbon processing and storage facilities, and another for the establishment of the brewery, distillery and fermentation plant. The project positions Wisynco to compete directly with Red Stripe Jamaica, which has dominated the local beer market for decades. While the company has not yet disclosed investment figures, production capacity, or any other timeline, the approval signals the beginning of what could become one of Jamaica's most significant manufacturing ventures in decades.
I'm going to walk a little further up here. I've noticed that a lot of trucks are coming in, dumping a lot of marl in the area. A lot of this dirt that would have been piled up would be dirt that's originally from here. So this is not something that they will have carried. This will be from where they have dug up. But a lot of trucks, since I've been here, there probably have been at least 10 trucks that have come here with marl. And a truck and a tractor, some kind of equipment is over there now, leveling out that marl for the walkway, for the driveway. Again, we're going to look at the massive factory that Wisynco here has on the Lakes Pen main road. And this is good, because what this means is that more employment for those who are willing to work.
For residents of Lakes Pen, Spanish Town, Portmore and surrounding St. Catherine communities, the project could deliver economic and social benefits in terms of its construction, operational phases, and possibly hundreds of jobs. The brewery's establishment could also spark secondary economic activity, benefiting small businesses such as food vendors, transport operators, contractors, and suppliers of construction materials and packaging. With increased commercial traffic, the project is likely to drive infrastructure improvements, including better roads, expanded utilities, improved drainage, and waste management in the area. At the national level, the new Wisynco Brewery and Distillery align with Jamaica's push to expand local manufacturing and reduce imports through industrial diversification. The project is expected to contribute to tax revenues, stimulate the local supply chain, and open potential revenues for export if production scales up. Furthermore, the Lakespen development strengthens the area's emerging reputation as a manufacturing and logistics hub. These projects are transforming St. Catherine into one of Jamaica's fastest growing economic corridors. Wisynco's decision to build a brewery and distillery at Lakespen reflects growing confidence in Jamaica's economic direction and industrial potential. For the people of St. Catherine, it represents not just another factory, but a gateway to opportunity, signaling that the once industrial outskirts of Spanish Town may soon stand at the center of Jamaica's next wave of manufacturing growth.
A truck is now driving out of the premises. And there's one right past. So this truck is called Peter's. That's the name on it. And he's driving out of the property. As I said, this will probably be the number 11 I've seen now since morning. Bringing in aggregate. A lot of marl. I can imagine how many tons of marl would have to be used in this area. This is a massive budget. Let me see how far I could get away with walking onto the main property until somebody maybe runs me off. I've been okay so far. There's one of the hydrants I've been speaking about. And look, another here now where a lot of these boxes have been set up. Someone please, put the correct information there in the comment section. You need to assist me, And here we have a closer look at the marl. And you can see where the tractor has been running. Push everything down to level the area. And there's more marl on this side. And you can see in the distance, way down there, there are a number of tractors operating now. Now here we have one of the Chinese workmen here. I guess he's checking to see what's happening here. Hi, excuse me. What do you call this? You speak English? English? No English. Okay. Thank you. Ni hao. That's hello. Hi. He doesn't speak any English. I tried my best. I did a little bit of Chinese on an app I have on my phone. My wife is going to kill me because, you know, I've been a bit lazy. Probably close to a year now I've not done any lessons, and I probably need to go back, because in Jamaica now it's good if you can speak Chinese. I know it's cool, we focus a lot on Spanish, but Chinese is going to be very important towards our kids for the future, because Jamaica is going to be filled with a lot of, that's just a reality that we now have to face. So just to get a further look on here.
For Jamaica at large, the project signals growing investor confidence in industrial real estate, a sector that's becoming central to the island's post-pandemic economic recovery. As global supply chains shift and nearshoring becomes more attractive, Lakespen could emerge as a key logistics node for the Caribbean, attracting regional distribution operations. The Lakespen project underscores a broader national shift, where former agricultural lands are being repurposed for industrial and commercial growth, aligned with Jamaica's modernization goals. With its combination of strategic location, modern infrastructure planning, and community benefits, the development could set a benchmark for future industrial parks across the island. For the residents of Lakespen and the wider St. Catherine region, what was once farmland would soon become a thriving hub of employment, innovation, and commerce. A sign that Jamaica's industrial future is steadily taking shape, one development at a time. And I also must note, at the same time, viewers and subscribers, that even though this 55 acres is being pushed towards industrial, there's also a farming element that's just right next door, and we'll go into that much further in the video.
So One Love Jamaica family, we're going to take a little ride further up to take a look at the Lakes Pen Agricultural Project that's happening. That is another well, that is the brainchild of Gazan Azan. It was a way of producing produce for his mega mart stores in terms of vegetables and fruits and so on. So it's just a few meters away from this project and a few meters away from Wisynco. You'll also see that a lot of light poles are being erected along this area, because obviously there will be need for electricity when all of this construction is done. I see a police vehicle racing to get up this way. So the entrance is this way as you drive on this dirt road to take a look at this massive agricultural project in this area. To be honest, in the past few years, agriculture seemed to come back in style. You would have seen over here, there are some areas that seems to have been cleared. Not sure in terms of what will be planted in that area in particular. In front of me, I can see some corn, and I'm seeing the massive greenhouses here. Yes, so as I said, you can see right here, we're looking at corn. Let me get a much closer look. And just behind, we can see the greenhouses. Now I'm not necessarily going to push my luck to try to get onto the property, but what I will do now is give you some drone footage and also some of the information that I would have gleaned from online.
A bold new chapter in Jamaica's agricultural modernization is unfolding at Lakes Pen St. Catherine, where Lakes Pen Agri-Ventures Limited is developing one of the island's most advanced agro-industrial and greenhouse farming complexes. The initiative, part of a 345-acre agricultural zone, is designed to blend traditional farming with cutting-edge technology to boost local food production and enhance food security and open new export opportunities. Lakes Pen Agri-Ventures is at the forefront of Jamaica's shift towards climate-smart technology-driven agriculture. The facility features state-of-the-art greenhouses, precision irrigation systems, and solar-powered infrastructure, to maximize productivity while minimizing environmental impact. Unlike conventional farms, the Lakes Pen operation utilizes controlled environmental agriculture (CEA), allowing crops to grow year-round regardless of weather conditions. This system manages light, temperature, and nutrients with scientific precision, resulting in higher yields, faster growth cycles, and better quality produce. Crops such as tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, herbs, and specialty vegetables are being cultivated for both the domestic and export markets, with plans to expand into tropical fruits and value-added processing such as packaged salads, sauces, and dried goods. At the heart of the venture is a commitment to sustainability. The greenhouses are designed to collect and recycle water through advanced filtration systems, reducing dependency on rainfall and conserving one of Jamaica's most critical resources. The facility also integrates renewable energy solutions, including solar panels and energy-efficient cooling systems, ensuring minimal carbon output. These innovations are expected to make Lakespen Agri-Ventures a benchmark for modern agricultural practices in the Caribbean, demonstrating that high-tech farming can thrive in Jamaica while maintaining environmental responsibility. The operation is also exploring hydroponic and aquaponic systems, which use nutrient-enriched water rather than soil to grow crops. This approach significantly reduces land use, eliminates the need for chemical fertilizers, and increases productivity per acre. The project's output will help reduce Jamaica's food import bill, stabilize the supply of fresh produce to local markets, and increase the island's competitiveness in regional exports, particularly in high-value crops suited for export to North America and the Caribbean. Lakes Pen Agri-Ventures represents more than just a new farm. It's a technological shift in how Jamaica grows food. By combining innovation, efficiency, and community engagement, it showcases the potential of agriculture to drive industrial growth, job creation, and sustainable development. With its advanced greenhouses, renewable systems, and a vision for sustainability, Lakespen Agri-Ventures is cultivating not just crops, but a brighter, greener future for Jamaica's food industry. From the sprawling greenhouses of Lakespen Agri-Ventures to the soon-to-rise Wisynco Brewery and distillery, and the expanding Lakespen industrial development, a powerful story is taking shape in St. Catherine, one of renewal, innovation, and national progress. Together, these projects signal a transformation of Lakespen into a hub of manufacturing, agro-technology, and modern industry, generating jobs, training opportunities, and greater self-reliance for Jamaica's economy. What was once farmland is now becoming a dynamic ecosystem where agriculture, industry, and entrepreneurship meet. For the people of Spanish Town, Portmore, and surrounding communities, these developments promises not just employment, but empowerment, a chance to participate in the nation's rebirth through hard work and innovation. And for Jamaica, they represent something even bigger, a glimpse into a future built on self-sufficiency, sustainability, and shared prosperity. As cranes rise and crops grow across Lakespen, the message is clear. Jamaica's next chapter is being written in steel, soil, and hope.
One love, Jamaica family. Just before I end this week's video, I want to say a huge thank you to all our viewers and subscribers. We do appreciate your comments each and every single week and the encouragement. More importantly, what we appreciate more is when persons drop in useful information that we're able to use, because you're the one that guide us on a weekly basis in terms of what we should be focused on and what we should cover. I may not cover everything in a timely manner, but we'll get to it over time. We do appreciate and love you, and until the next one.